You've done it! Banged your head against the wall, wept, sweat, and bled to get that most incredible creative edit done. And the client chose your cut over those other guys. You have defied all odds and emerged victorious. Now, here comes the fun part. I'm Michael Carr. In this 3-part series, we're going to explore the very best ways to prepare your video edit for an audio mix. But before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the drop on any of my videos. Now, what is post-production's equivalent to walking the red carpet at a Hollywood premiere? The final mix, of course. It's where you get to see your amazing edit buffed and polished to a pristine lacquer. You export your edit and send it out, but then here comes the dreaded email from the post house. Can't open the AAF. Do you have this dialogue any cleaner? Can you pick me up some In-N-Out on the way to the session? Geez, these mixers are awful picky, huh? Look, the bottom line is that getting your edit to mix properly has got to be easier than all that, right? With the right practices in place, it can be. Let's explore the very best ways to set yourself up for success so that the mixer isn't showing up at your door with a baseball bat. Man, these mixers are intense. In this first video of the series, we'll outline the best way to set up your project and timeline. In the next video, we'll learn how important it is to fight for your good audio sources. Third, we'll organize like an orchestra, so your mixer has nothing to complain about. Well, let's face it, they'll probably find something anyway. Let's get started. Just like that unfinished screenplay that's been taking up space on your hard drive, it all starts with the setup.
How do you like it?
Let's set up for success with a little thing I like to call FS2T. Now, it sounds like a K-pop band, but it's actually frame rate, sample rate, 2-pop, time code. Now, starting with frame rate, your timeline in your NLE, which can also be referred to as a sequence, should be set up at the frame rate of the content you are working on. For narrative broadcast and streaming, this is usually going to be 23.98p. For films going theatrical, this will most likely be 24p. For reality TV, sports or news, etc., you're probably going to be in 2997i or 5994p. And here on YouTube, it's the Wild West. You can pretty much do whatever the hell you want. The bottom line is that your sequence frame rate should match the frame rate of the content you're working on. And it's always good practice to double check because it's gotten all of us at one point or another. Now, just as important as your frame rate is your timeline sample rate. And the most common standard for post-production work is 48 kilohertz. You need to make sure you set that up in your timeline as well. In Premiere, it can be found under Sequence Settings, Audio, Sample Rate. Set it to 48,000 hertz. In Media Composer, it's under Settings, Project, Audio Project Settings. And in DaVinci Resolve, it's under Project Settings, Fairlight, Timeline Sample Rate. Next up, 2-pop, you don't stop. We've all seen film leaders that end in a flash of a 2 and a quick bleep sound. No, that's not a 1-frame curse word, it's a 2-pop.
Why the not, Eric?
The 2-pop is there so that your mixer can make sure that the separate audio and video files you send them are playing in sync. That way, they can determine if anything within the body of your edit is actually out of sync. It serves as a sync reference. Your 2-pop should consist of 1 frame of 1K tone and color bars and occur exactly 2 seconds before the program start, which brings us to time code. Your program start, where the actual content of your program begins playing, should be at hour 1 time code. That would be 01000000. Not hour 0, not hour 67, hour 1. That way, your 2-pop can be 2 seconds before at 00595800. See, we can't really do that if our program starts at hour 0, right? It would be very messy time code. In Premiere Pro, you can change the starting time code in the timeline itself using the hamburger menu at the top. In Media Composer, you can do this by changing the start time code of your sequence in the bin. And lastly, in DaVinci Resolve, right-click on your timeline and choose Timeline's starting time code. Now, some folks like to include a slate prior to the 2-pop listing production info, and that's totally cool if you do. But the FS2T is the most important thing, and rising fast on the Billboard Top 100, I might add. If you do include a slate, a typical sequence format might look like this. 5953, slate on for 5 seconds. 5958, slate off, 2-pop, 1 frame long. 595801, black video, hour 1, program start. But Michael, why is timecode like so important? Like, does it really matter? Well, a good mixer can certainly line up your audio and video without matching timecode and without a proper 2-pop even, but that time that they are spending figuring all that out is billable time. It's time they now don't have in the session to make the edit sound as incredible as possible. Accurate matching timecode on both the audio and video files you'll be exporting keeps things running smoothly and results in happy mixers that don't come after you with a baseball bat. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about timeline setup, or FS2T, with me today. As this is the first part of a 3-part series, there's a lot more great knowledge headed your way soon that will help you or your team in getting your edits to mix smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter.
See what I did there?
Like a criminal undercover.
Want to learn more about how to prep your edit for audio mix? Click on the next video right here. Somewhere, I don't really know, it's around here somewhere. I don't know.